Welcome to the WickerShire project, and man, have I got a lot on my plate this year. Gardening, rainwater system, aquaponics, hydroponics, building a chicken run, getting the hugelkultur beds up if I can get that done, leaf mold litter, composting, building organic fertilizers. Got to get those rain gutters up and start building the rainwater system that we're going to put the barrels on. I got to close in the bottom of the house. I also have my wood burning project. That's in the works. It's just a ton of stuff to do here. John stopped by. How many brakes you got?
I got one.
Yesterday he had helped me fix both of the pull starts on my generator. He got it done. So in trade, what I did for him is I gave him my old moped. He said, "Oh, you fix it up, get it started." I'm like, "All right, good luck with that." How's it going, motocross Johnny?
Come on.
You like it? Is it working good?
It probably did 25 mile an hour.
Oh, listen to that, not bogging out.
I say, you got the whole tank's got to be burned through. Every drop of it's got to go.
Do you think there's varnish in the carburetor?
Oh, I'm sure, but we get some fresh fuel in there. It'll wash it really fast.
How many brakes you got?
I got one.
Which brake?
Rear. Stoppies, yeah, and those.
Did you go up the hill?
Yeah.
Today was a fantastic day, well into the 70s. We got a lot done. Battery's full by 12 noon. Pretty sunny out. Pulling in over 2,200 watts of power, easy peasy. That gets the southern exposure, the eastern exposure. This is the all-day set. We fixed the tailgater from Harbor Freight. Taught me how to load the spring coil up. And yeah, this is why they sell those kits, right? Because when you do those spring coils, they're a nightmare. They just go boom, they're all over. It's like a bird's nest. And it's sharp and greasy. We're trying to, took two men, you know, a lot of strength trying to get that coil and set it back in, and lots of tools jamming the spring down while we put the cap on and locked and load and get the screw. Oh, it was a mess. It is getting to be that time for us here in Tennessee to start growing. Keep thinking about homemade fertilizer. Things that we have here are food scraps. We eat a lot of bananas, coffee, eggs. And those three things in itself right there is an NPK mixture. And I'm thinking, how do you do this? Coffee grounds, you want to get some tin foil. You just want to spread them out thin so they dry. A brown paper bag. Don't put them in Ziploc bags. If there's any moisture, they'll mold up and you'll lose them. And then you'll have to compost them outside. Get your eggshells, get a baking sheet, put all your eggshells out on there, bake them dry. Then what you're going to do is you put those eggshells inside a grinder and you grind those into a powder. Get your little banana peels. You want to lay them out and dry them, or put them on like you do laundry in the old days. Put them on a line and let them hang and dry. And then you can put those in the blender and you ground them up and you get ground banana peels into a powder. We're talking hands-on, you know, like top spreading or mixing into the soil as an amendment while your plants are starting to seed out, and you know, get that into the garden beds or your pots. Get some sort of container you can mix all the stuff in, give that a good stir, and there's your organic NPK. Got this wire fencing here. It's this stuff, this wonderful resource that we have here on the property that we're going to make a leaf mold out of. It's going to take a long time to break down, so that's fine. I'm not looking for tomorrow's compost because I can't do it here. Again, I don't have the green, I don't have the nitrogen resource to break that down with the carbon. And what that will do for us is we'll get worms. So what I'm thinking is, on the south side of the house, we made this little ring out of bricks. You just take the leaves and fill that up. And I'm thinking every morning I'll just get the chickens trained. You know, I'll go over there with a cup of feed and sprinkle the feed over, and the chickens will go inside, right? And the chickens will mix it all up and do the work for me. So while the leaf mold is starting to happen, and don't think leaf mold is like mold. It's the fungal network. Let me go get something, show you what it looks like. But there it is. See that stuff growing on the leaves? What happens with leaves is when you get a bunch of them and they start to compact down, is they stay wet a lot longer. And that mold just rips and chews through this stuff and eats it all up. And again, it'll draw on the worms, and that'll help us with having a compost to add on nutrients to our raised garden beds that we want to do. I don't have the funds here to build a raised bed. Hugel culture is definitely an option. There are a lot of downed trees. We do have a lot of leaves. We've got a ton of chicken manure, I believe, inside the pen that we can use. We got the goat and the goat pellets, but we have to build a chicken run because if my chickens are out in the yard, I can't have a garden. They'll just eat everything. I guess that's okay because I do like eggs and I do like healthy chickens, right? Our goat pen was around the chicken coop. We moved the goat pen over. Egg production has been steady with the 4 girls that we got left. No, we had 7, and we lost 3 raccoons, dogs. It just happens. Again, that's why I need a chicken run. The only time we let the chickens out is when we are out in the yard. How long would you leave your kids out in the yard unsupervised? Same thing with the chickens. If we're out here sitting in the sun and we're just spending a few hours out here in the backyard cleaning up, because we got a ton of work and it's just manual labor. Cutting the trees down, we're piling up all the wood, and then we got the dirt to deal with. We did put grass seed down. We had a heavy rain. I'm pretty sure all that washed away, but it was an attempt. So this here is greenbrier. And this stuff, when you walk by it, it will rip you up something fierce. It is loaded with thorns. All the straw we brought down, this is what the chickens have done to it. So we'll be incorporating this into our compost mix. But yeah, they work at it. And again, that's sun, rain, wind, and the animals just breaking down all this wonderful straw. That's an awesome amendment to our garden. What he's trying to do is knock the branch in there so he can play with it. And he's got his water bowl and he's got his 2 feed troughs in there. We've got a wind block on that side. This is the other wind block we got to get up, so you'll see that get mounted here. So we have a wind block from the north and a wind block from the south. And this allows him to have shade during the day on the southern side. This here is one of the hardest garden workers you'll ever own. That will work constantly and non-stop in your garden. Not only do they produce eggs, procreate, and replicate themselves so you have many of them, which is easy peasy when you have a rooster. This here is a hen, as you can tell by her tail, very short. But as a garden worker, they are constantly eating bugs, worms, killing small snakes. You can see here how big this is. That's her crop. She's full of food this morning. So if you're in love with off-grid content, such as I am, gardening, rainwater, anything to do with off-grid, growing veggies, all that kind of fun stuff, you should be subscribed by now. Hit that like button. Leave us a comment so you stick around, and catch you on the next one. Bye. Welcome to the WickerShire. Kick the camera. Potassium. I'm trying to say potassium and calcium. You flip a lock, which is a log rock, a lock. Probably got chicken poop all over my hands. This is Nathan. Which I did see the yard with lawn. I see the yard with lawn. Oh boy. Keep going, Billy. Just eating everything and anything. All right, go ahead. Yeah, I love you too.